going to do all the head coaches in the NFL in the order that we have here, you see. This is a globe here. This is an odd angle, yes. All right. Let us begin. Fez is here, right?
Yes, Fez is here.
And here we go. Hold on now. All right. The head of the Arizona Cardinals. His name is Jonathan Gannon. He was hired in 2023, and he has a 4-13 record. Fez, do you have any knowledge of this person?
Well, they gave Kyler Murray a big contract, and all he's been is injured. So, some NFL executive was talking about a trade. They're going to trade him for I don't know what they get for that contract.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
stuck with that contract. They gave him a huge contract. And then they talk about Tua, who played the whole season. Kyler Murray
I don't know
never
where
played.
Kyler Murray to be any good.
And
Next, Raheem Morris of the Falcons. He's a new hire.
yeah,
Don't know.
they were 7-10 with Arthur Smith. 7-10 out of 3. He was 21-30. His record there.
Oh, that's not good. But Falcons. Who do they get for quarterback? Cousins, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, they got Kirk Cousins. Yes.
He's relatively good. No, he's not good.
And they get a 4-year deal, monster deal.
Yeah, that's dumb. His career began in 2008. His regular season is 160.99. And he's the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh.
Yay. John Harbaugh.
He's been a great coach all these years. The Ravens have always been one of the best teams in the league.
He's
gone through
gutsy. He has his team prepared, and they're physical and tough. Great coach.
Yeah, he's great at
one of the greatest
leading the
up
team.
there with Andy Reid as best coaches.
The thing is, he was having some difficulty with the fourth down analytics stuff. But in 2023, he seemed to fix all that.
Yep.
That's why I thought they were going to beat the Chiefs. But
well, they should have.
But he's been a great coach, and he lays low.
But they got to be the Super Bowl favorite for this year.
He doesn't do. He doesn't try to draw a lot of attention to himself.
Oh, he's a player coach, but in the right way.
Yeah.
He backs his players.
And he supports the players.
He doesn't badmouth his players or take all the spotlight.
He's great in leadership.
Yeah.
And he always has been steady.
Yeah, he's
steady and strong.
Cool demeanor. He's like a team.
Smart.
Tough.
In the whole game as a whole, a game is going on. He game day coach. He's also a great game day coach as well as preparation coach. Okay, so he's great. Like you said, like Fez said. A+, and going to the Super Bowl.
Going to win the Super Bowl next year.
This is a weird one because he's 73-41. He's been in the playoffs. He's had 11 postseason games. Sean McDermott. I don't know. On one hand, the Bills are always good.
Yeah, but then
they keep losing the playoffs.
But then this year they lost a lot of players.
Yeah, I would say that
there'll always be competitive with Josh Allen, but they put too much on him, which makes Josh Allen try to make plays of nothing, and it creates mistakes.
They never really build around him, Josh Allen.
And the thing about it is, no matter how well their defense plays in the when they get to the postseason, their defense is terrible.
Yeah, he this season, if they don't win, if they don't go further in the playoffs, he's probably in serious trouble just because he's been there since 2017. They've been in the playoffs pretty much every year because of Allen, but then they
Yeah,
lose.
what if he gets hurt?
Yeah, they haven't built anything around him.
And this year they built less players. They lost top starters.
They did do a good job at the end of this regular season this year. Last year, I mean.
Well, with the help of the officials.
Panthers is Dave Canales. 2024 was his first. He hasn't coached any, so.
Yeah, new coach.
No.
They're trying a new coach every year. I don't know if Bryce Young is already a bust, but it's not.
Yeah, that's one of the worst organizations, probably the worst. Okay, the Bears in 2022 they signed Matt Eberflus, 10-24.
Yeah, but they get
the
first pick, and they had the 9th pick.
And they traded Fields to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, he didn't make Fields as good as he probably could have been.
Well, the one thing was Fields.
Him.
He tried to keep him from running, making him a pocket passer, which was odd. But
when you have these big draft,
he actually had
that they're going to have
some.
You must win.
He actually had some
this year.
Good numbers considering.
Yeah, he's kind of on the hot seat.
I mean, Justin Fields. So
it's odd that they wouldn't make a change when they have those 2 first picks.
Yeah,
because usually a team
they gotta have a right coach to develop Caleb Williams.
Yeah, because they're definitely gonna have a quarterback.
They don't. They're gonna have
He'll be in the same position.
He'll be hurt, or it'll be a Bryce Young kind of thing where he's not developed, because Bryce Young played better than this. But
okay, for the Bengals, Zach Taylor, he's been there since 2019, a 37-44 record, but
he's I've considered him
you can't count the years before
right below that level of
before Joe Burrow got there. You can't consider that as part of his record.
Excuse me. He's an excellent coach.
He coaches them when they've had a lot of bad injuries. So I would say he's a top coach.
Yeah.
And the Bengals could be really good if Burrow come back.
Yeah, and he showed how good a coach he was when Joe Burrow went down, and they played pretty well.
Yeah, so they played for him, so that's good. Kevin Stefanski, 37-30
was the
hired in 2020.
Was the coach of the year, which he shouldn't have been. DeMarco Ryan should have been coach of the year.
Yeah, I don't know about them. They did overcome a lot of injuries. 37-30 with the Browns since 2020. They overcame a lot of injuries.
Yeah, he's a good coach, but I would consider him.
He's probably the best
coach of the year.
He's probably the best coach they've had.
Yeah, in recent memory. Yeah.
And here's a guy who was good, but
probably since Belichick.
Yeah, since Belichick. This guy is just a mediocre coach, although he did win the Super Bowl with the Packers, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy. The whole thing is you only won 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had too good of a team last year.
Yeah,
did not go further. He's 42-25.
Yeah, they were the.
This is the make it or break it.
And now they have to re-sign. Now Dak Prescott's up for a new contract.
Yeah, and also they were talking about making a coaching change at the end of the year, so
Yeah.
he's starting the year off on the. He's got to get deep into the playoffs. I say
No,
he's
it's got to be
mediocre.
a Super Bowl
Yeah, this is his time.
because they're running out of time. That offensive line is aging, which was so great. Zeke Elliott's
Yeah, he's
gone.
under pressure. He did.
Uh,
I would say he's okay to good.
he's good, but the talent he's not up to the talent.
Yeah, he's not. That's true. He's not up to their talent. Here's a guy who's overrated. He's seems to be a real unpleasant individual. Also, Sean Payton of the Broncos.
Sean Payton, yeah, he's
8-9.
he's mean enough that no one would have blamed Mike McDaniel if he would have gone for a field goal at the end and had the highest score ever in the game.
And also, they did all that to re-up.
Yeah, they gave
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson 2 contracts, and they
Then
gave
they-
up 3 first-round picks.
And
And
they
the second,
threw,
I think.
They through the whole season blamed him.
Then then they're on the next year. They lost the salary cap went up. Like 33 million, and they have dead money, cap money, of 48 million for the getting rid of Russell Wilson.
Yeah. And then he threw and then he did nothing but rag on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, just blame
after
Russell
he blamed
Wilson
him
for everything.
Yeah.
Even though they won 5 out of 6,
Plus, he was
And they
part of the bounty stuff.
and they actually kept
a couple
Kansas
years
City.
back. He had to get
Yeah.
got suspended.
They actually kept Kansas City to 9 points after allowing earlier this season 70 points to Miami.
Yeah, so I would say overrated, and I don't see. I think he's not going to go too far.
Yeah, I'm glad Miami didn't sign him.
Okay, here's a guy who's outstanding. His record is 24-26. He's really one of the best coaches. He's kind of like John Harbaugh. He gets himself in trouble with that analytics stuff, but he knows how to get his team up to play. Dan Campbell really
Oh, Dan Campbell.
did a great job.
We both, when we knew he was going to be a great head coach, when he was the interim head coach for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think
He's
he's tough. The players
love him,
do anything for him,
and
but
he's impassioned.
he really turned around careers for some of the guys there, especially
Yeah.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff was supposed to be the big bust, and then he turned him back to what he was supposed to be in the first place.
So yeah, I give him.
Being better
Dan
than
Campbell
the
gets an A.
yeah,
Matt LaFleur has been terrible until year.
his last year. He proved he was excellent coach. What he's done with the Jordan Love.
But Jordan Love is good.
Jordan Love had a lot better year than Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers was the problem.
Was the problem?
Yeah.
Because
And
they played pretty well. They got into the
and
did they get in the
it also when they won. They beat Dallas in the playoffs.
That's right.
And Jordan Love had a great year.
Yeah, Jordan Love looked better than Favre and Rodgers.
It did there.
So maybe it's just the change they needed, and
it
they're
showed
going to be out.
and it showed it was his best year coaching.
But yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
they're going to
he's
be
the
a
top
team,
coach.
be around for a long time with Jordan Love. Keeps playing like this.
For the Texans, D'Amico Ryans, you think
Yeah.
he should have been coach?
He should have been coach of the year. They went from 3. They went from 3. They were 3-14 to
10-7.
10-7, winning the division.
And also,
and winning a playoff game.
They're in that rhythm of teams that go on to great things because
And
he started with his quarterback.
Yes, C.J. Stroud.
Stroud is going to be great.
Rookie of the year. Great.
And, they came in together. So this could be one of those stories where they end up winning the Super Bowl in a couple of years.
There's no way he shouldn't have been coach of the year.
Did outstanding.
Because he had to rebuild the entire team.
The Colts are such a weird and terrible organization.
Yeah, the Colts are just have
Shane Steichen.
Change. They can make any changes they want. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're terrible. Doug Peterson, I think, is really good, although
Doug Peterson, yeah.
They suffered a strange collapse.
But I think it was
but they may have had injuries.
Trevor Lawrence had a nagging injury.
Yeah, it had to be Trevor Lawrence.
Because his year was so off to what he's capable of.
But he won the Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he builds a good culture, and they've never been better than they have.
They had a collapse last year, but they'll be back.
Yeah,
as long as Trevor Lawrence is healthy.
They're going to be a tough team if they get everybody healthy. Okay, this guy we don't have to talk about, Andy Reid. We all know.
Andy Reid is
great coach.
Is better than the caviar coach, because caviar I don't think tastes too good.
Belichick not in the league, I guess Andy Reid has to be called the best coach, but one of his protege.
But John Harbaugh, his protege,
not far behind,
who was the special teams coach at Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's where. So Andy Reid, one of the great all-time coaches. Vegas, Antonio Pierce. That's another team I have no idea.
Yeah, no one knows about them. They got bad ownership. Though they have a great stadium, they have bad ownership, great uniforms.
Yeah.
But
can't make a judgment.
Great history, but
he's 5-4.
Mike Davis
might be good.
Mike Davis is not Al Davis is prime.
Okay, this one I just don't think he's going to do well and have good things happen. Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh's brother.
Jim Harbaugh is too much. Is different than his brother. That he is one who seeks the limelight.
Right. Yeah, he's totally about himself.
He's like John Gruden.
Yeah, like
he's
Gruden,
totally about himself.
He's like John Gruden that
he gets angry.
It's all about
he's
him.
Not the focus.
And he also
nothing is his fault, and everything is.
He got up to some.
Everything his credit.
He got up to some odd stuff last year in college.
Oh yeah.
And he just can't control his emotions. I don't know. Like we say, he's just too much. Jim Harbaugh is for Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, but he still, he had a lot of success with the 49ers, but
yeah, he could have a couple good years. But I think he'll burn out fast like Gruden.
Yeah, he's better than Gruden, but
here's a guy who I
question mark.
I'm given a little bit, kind of grown a little bit towards being positive. Sean McVay. He was overrated. He was overrated at one time.
And last year, he had his best coach.
Then last year, yeah, he did a great job coaching.
Because they were the Rams at one time were 3-6 and finished 10-7.
Yeah, so that was his best coaching year, and he's won a Super Bowl. He's not as great as they said he was, but he's not as bad as I used to say he was.
He's not the great guru he was, but he's a very good coach. He showed last year, his best coaching year.
And then we have Mike McDaniel. He's 20-14, and he's got a lot of haters for some reason.
A lot of haters because they think he's when they win, they think he's like the coolest guy. When they lose, he's a clown, overdoes it.
There is something about that team that draws people one way or another. They're
like
a lightning rod.
One thing though, now players want to play there.
He does a little bit too much pre-snap stuff. I think
he's going to learn from it.
He'll probably learn
because the way they picked up a tight end who can catch with John Smith that they might be changing a little
And also,
bit
he's
of that motion
got
stuff.
some coaches that are easy to work with. The rest of the team.
Oh yeah, and the players all love him.
And
the players of the 49ers
Chris is a great
loved him. Talked about
manager.
how yeah,
So
and the general manager who's been so berated has come through a lot better than I showed that he should have stayed on.
This guy for Miami runs a radio show. His name's the Big O. He says that Mike McDaniel is the worst play caller he's ever seen.
Yeah, well, he didn't see. So he's not a Dolphin fan because he didn't see the Dolphins under Flores, who didn't even have an offensive line coach.
Yeah, last year.
And they had like 10 different.
Look how good
offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only team in the history have 2 offensive coordinators, and I think, and neither one was told who was supposed to call the plays.
And he had never been a coach before, so he brought Tua had a great season last year, and that's mostly because of his coaching. They were one of the best offenses in the league, and they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they were 11-6. I mean, the best.
They're gotten better.
Yeah, they made the playoffs. Both years he's coached, and Brian Flores was there for 3 seasons. They didn't make the playoffs. So
I say positive for Mike McDaniel.
I say he's rising star.
Okay, the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell. I don't see them. They lost. Kirk Cousins was never anything, and they lost him, and he was. I don't know. I don't see the Vikings are another one of those mysterious organizations. This guy been there since 2022, 20-14 record, which isn't bad, but I just don't know enough about that they have anything.
Well, at best they're going to be good, and at best they're going to win the playoff game, then they're going to lose the next. At best,
this coach, he had to go to New England because he had nowhere else to go. Jared Mayo.
Yeah, but it seems strange that
2024. I don't know anything about him. You know anything about him, Fast?
He was assistant coach for the Patriots.
Oh, he coached under Belichick?
Yeah.
What was he?
I think he was the assistant defensive coach or something. One of the assistants.
Because a lot of his assistants don't ever go on to be any good.
Yeah.
But
usually, Bill Belichick has
got rid of Mac Jones, right?
Oh, yep.
So maybe addition by subtraction.
So they get the 3rd pick, so they're picking a quarterback. So.
Yeah. So then.
So.
Jury's
out
for him.
At least they hired a black coach.
Yeah, that's good.
Coach, which is good for the league.
Dennis Allen for the Saints. He's been there since 2022. I don't know anything about the Saints.
Well, the only thing I know is I
can't think that they're going to be good.
Yeah, their quarterback situation really isn't stable in their.
He's 16-18 since 2022.
I mean, they have possibilities of being.
I don't know who is
possibilities of
being,
average to.
Yeah.
Too good, but probably average.
And the Giants. Brian Daboll.
Had that. Brian Daboll had great years, first year there.
Yeah, he doesn't
the
have.
The regression is severe.
They don't have.
But of course,
quarterback. Really.
Of course, their record would have. They were 6-11, but really 7-10. But there's a game taken away from them. So.
Oh yeah, that Buffalo game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's you never know. I guess I can't
But
say
they
that
gave
he's
Daniel
great.
Jones that huge contract.
Yeah, so I don't know about them. Nothing
I
sticks out.
say best, fair to Midland.
Fair to Midland and probably gone soon, but you
And
never know.
Dabo might not last that long.
The Jets, Robert Sala.
Yeah, him and Mike Daniel are like best friends, and he has he suffers from a very poor organization,
Yeah.
horrible ownership,
And then now a big
and
distraction in this stupid Aaron Rodgers.
yeah.
So the Jets,
No, I think
he might be okay,
he's a lot better coach
and he might have a good
than.
career somewhere else.
The thing about it is he went to another team like that had like supported the coach. I mean that's so dysfunctional there that it's hard to win.
Yeah. So
And you're always told every year, for some reason, the press always says how great the Jets
yeah, the
did.
Jets were going to
in
be
that
the
game.
best team.
But it sets them up for
They
when they're really
do have some individual
not
talent players, but
not that good. The defense, which was supposed to be so great, wasn't really that good.
Chauncey Sauce, right? Is that his name? Or
Saucy Gardner,
Oh, yeah, Saucy Gardner.
but he's
He's a
and
great
but
defensive
Quentin
player.
Williams he got injured though, defensive lineman. They have talent, but they had injuries,
Yeah.
and their quarterback situation was messed up, and their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah. So they're not. They're the Jets.
I mean, they have some talent in the skill positions, but what's it matter? You don't have an offensive line.
The Eagles, Nick Sirianni. He's 34-17. In some ways, he's been really good.
But their collapse.
They collapsed, and last year he went in with two new coordinators on offense and defense.
Yeah.
But now he's got.
A member of the press asked him, a reporter asked him, "Well, what are you going to do now? What do they need you for now?"
Yeah. Oh, they'll be back. I think they'll be back. They got.
Well,
they hired what's his name from Miami for defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, and Miami's defense wasn't really very good.
I think in the NFC, I think they're going to be one of the better teams.
They got talent.
And here's a guy.
But they got Saquon Barkley, which they paid like an extraordinary. It'd be like paying. It's like a top dollar quarterback for running back. They gave 3 years, $37.5 million for.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who's had an injury history like that?
All right, here's two guys.
Great running back.
The next two guys are kind of
healthy.
Opposites. Mike Tomlin of the Steelers.
Mike Tomlin, Steelers,
great coaches.
one of the best. A plus. You think it's the most out of the talent, no matter what happens. They still made the playoffs with Mason Rudolph.
And they're gonna have Fields, right? And Russell Wilson for on the cheap.
Yeah, they got Russell Wilson for because he's getting paid from Denver for $1.2 million.
Yeah, so he
and they got Justin Fields, who's going to be their quarterback future.
Yeah, he needs.
And they just need a good quarterback. That's it.
Fields turns out,
and the way they're tough and their defense is
T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt is
him and Miles,
up there with his. Two Hall of Fame brothers.
Yeah, he's awesome, and so
he led the league last year in sacks.
And Tomlin's been able to go with the game.
And of course, he got injured at the end of the year, so that could have affected the game against Buffalo.
And then here's some guys who have been. Kyle Shanahan is among the quarterback. I mean, the coach who will mess up for you.
Kyle Shanahan has. You think
Doesn't know the rules.
With that much talent, they got maybe probably the best offensive line in the league. They got best running back at this time overall, all around back, because he led the NFL in rushing by 400 yards or something.
Yeah, they got.
And he averaged like 5.4 yards a carry or something like that, and he can catch too.
And they have Deebo Samuel.
And they got Deebo Samuel.
Cooper.
And then,
what's his name?
You know, I know we were making jokes about Deebo Samuel going, there's the third string receiver.
Yeah. He just makes the decisions that destroy the team. Like, he somehow collapses. He can't win when it gets real intense. When the pressure's up, he just folds.
He's supposed to be like.
And last year he didn't even know the rules of the Super Bowl game of overtime.
And the thing about it is the difference. Andy Reid's team knew it 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Practiced every scenario.
Why you would win the toss and take it when the overtime rules have changed?
Yeah, but
bad.
Also, I had mentioned something in the Super Bowl of how the Kansas City went from 2nd and 8 to 1st and 10 magically in that last drive.
But
you got a first down from the 25, so you were at the 35. You got a 2-yard gain. Patrick Mahomes ran it 2 yards, ran out of bounds, and then it was instead of 2nd and 8, it came back. It was 1st and 10.
Well, that's all good, but Shanahan would have found a way to lose it.
Anyway. Yeah, that's true.
So
that's too much talent.
There's too much talent.
Kansas City has a lot of talent, but didn't play well on offense a lot of the year.
The Seahawks, Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald,
2020
Ravens.
Yeah, from the Ravens. So
he is a top defensive coordinator. So I'm looking at him to be a rising star.
Todd Bowles
made that team tough.
Did pretty good at the end of the year.
Todd Bowles, I mean, you got to give him credit what he did. How Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
How for $4 million, they got a quarterback who had 28 touchdown passes, 10 interceptions.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He should have been the comeback player of the year.
Todd Bowles.
Nothing against Joe Flacco, but I don't think Joe Flacco played enough games. And
Brian Callahan of the Titans just starting.
So give him a break. But I still don't understand why we fired Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, that's weird. And why he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, one person said that.
Or he does, but it's like
one person said that he didn't get interviews because they're afraid of him because he's too big and too mean looking. I don't know.
The Commanders, Dan Quinn.
Quinn. He was the
coach
he was the coach for Atlanta when they were leading 28-3 late in the third, and you lose. That's
and then now your quarterback is Kirk. Wait, no, who's the quarterback in? What's the guy's name on Washington? Who's the quarterback?
Their quarterback is wait, they had Sam Howell, but
Sam Howell.
But
yeah, that's right.
Sam Howell started out but he ended up getting sacked. But he thought he was going to get the record. He got sacked like 65 times. So they.
So that's you got your top tiers. Tomlin, Harbaugh, Reed, and you got your up and comings.
You got your
Mike McDaniel.
You know where you have
Zach
the
Taylor.
you have the quarterbacks, the Mahomes pyramid. It's the Reed pyramid.
And then you have some
you have rising stars like Mike McDaniel,
Sean Payton is bad.
And
that's low.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the coaches in the NFL. Hope you enjoyed the show. And we will see you next time here.
Okay, remember, no one else has done this, so we're original. So
like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay, good night. I have to turn. Good night.